The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer.
Fuck that guy.
And DJ Jerkman.
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
Only on STIMRadio.
Damn, this shit really irks me.
Oh man, hold on, wait a minute. This is some bullshit.
They're canceling the fucking show?
Yeah, they're planning on dropping us after 7 years.
That's bullshit. You still got people listening and like the show.
Look, guys, you had a good 7-year run. What more do you want from us?
You're like a goddamn Oreo cookie. You taste like shit but swathed in the center.
Okay, goddammit. Our hands are tied, okay? Yeah, you're goddamn right, your hands are tied. Jerk, pass me the duct tape, motherfucker. Wait a minute, what are you doing? Tape them together. Yeah, motherfucker.
You know what? I think I kind of like this. Tie it a little tighter.
Yeah.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motors. I think somebody lit a cigarette. No, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9. The STIMRadio fan, they ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call a real show. They tough as hell with a hard edge like a steel toe. They campaign like a bass end. So if you mad at them, call in, fuck some hate mail. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that hurts me.
Right, you sons of fucking bitches. Welcome to the shit that fucking cocksucking irks me. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer, and I got Vect back with me.
What up?
What's going on, man?
Fucking shock.
I'm shocked. I'm as shocked as you are. All right, let's tell them what happened, man.
This is fucking so radically insane, man. It's like I'm on a fucking high. Back when I was like 18, 19, I used to listen to this guy named Be Sick, and I heard he was blind. I'm like, dude, he fucking kills it for a blind dude. And I'm like, fuck, man. That was like some of the first hip-hop I actually listened to, because I didn't listen to a lot of, like, you know, regular Gangstar and shit back then, and, you know, regular hip-hop, the real hip-hop.
Right.
Not the fucking bullshit on the radio. And then, you know, one of my ex-friends, he put me on hard, man, because he was all about local talent, especially if, you know, they were doing MC stuff and any hip-hop or rapper and shit, and he showed me yours, and I was like, what the this dude's fucking great, man. Like, it's funny, it's real, it's catchy, it's fucking all the way tight. Like, it was solid.
That's hilarious, because we were outside talking, and I said something about doing music, and I was saying, you know, how, like, a lot of people wanted to exploit my blindness and all that type of, and he was like, you know, man, there was this rapper, I don't know what happened to him, man, but he was named Be Sick. I used to listen to him in the 90s, and I was like, oh, fuck, dude, you're standing right in front of him.
This motherfucker right here before me, that's like mind fucking blowing, dude. It was like,
that's crazy.
That was a strike of lightning of shock, dude. It was nuts.
That's why I was like, at first, I'm like, okay, is this real? Is he really talking? And sometimes it takes a second for your mind to register shit.
Like, I just heard that.
So, like, wait, did he just say, well, I thought maybe you were going to say, because you said in the late 90s, and we mentioned blindness, so I'm like, okay, is he going to say what I think he's about to say? And sure the fuck enough, man. So, turns out Vect was bumping my shit back in the day. Now I bump Vect shit.
Yeah, total reverse, man. It's like I still would listen if I still had it around, because I used to bang that shit like a prostitute. Dude.
You will, man. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually zip my whole folder of shit for you. So you're gonna have everything, man.
Oh yeah, because I want to hear other shit you didn't that you did. I didn't hear.
Older, yeah. You're gonna have older stuff. You're gonna have newer stuff.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, you'll even get some hidden tracks, dude.
Fucking nuts.
Some
man.
stuff that. Matter of fact, I did a song with a guy named Blood Flow out of Michigan. It's called Necronomic Chronic. And that's a totally different vibe, man, because I was on some horrorcore shit.
Really?
Which, you know, it was totally not me, but, you know, I was like, you know what, it's Blood Flow's track, and I'm going to just say the most fucked up
just
shit on here.
Just have fun with it.
And
that's
I did.
What I loved about your shit, because you didn't have to always come off as a fucking format hard ass. You insulted shit. You just burned it, you know? And that was like influential as shit on me, because like I said, I didn't listen to a whole lot of hip hop back then.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, that was like one of the first names I remember
so well and solidified me into the hip hop shit. And then you know, I started listening to like Gangstar and just started listening to Big Daddy Kane and shit. You know.
So then you start going back once you realize, oh man, I like this music.
Because it was mostly just the hardcore stuff I listened to around that time. And then,
right, everything that was murderous and you know, whether it was Esham or Doomsday, and then
Nodus, all of it.
Oh yeah. Well, how the fuck could you not like all that stuff?
Yeah. So
you know.
That plugged me right in when he showed me, dude.
That's so awesome, man. So you never fucking know who you're gonna run into.
Never.
You know?
Not in my wildest dreams. And the funny thing is, in the back of my head, dude, I'm like, why the hell does his voice sound a tad familiar? Have I heard him on another radio show? Have I met him before? Something, tiny iffy. It was just like a 2%. What the fuck? You know, in my head.
Right.
And now it totally makes sense. I'm like, holy shit, you put them together.
Right.
Nuts.
Yeah, you never know, man.
So crazy.
Just you know, you got a secret identity. You come back. You know.
Yeah, and I was repping your shit big time too, man.
That's funny because, like I said, you know, we were kind of talking about just the Vegas music scene in general. Yeah. You know, like you've even said, you know, that you kind of got like you're really not doing much music anymore. You said, right?
No, because like it's the thing is, man, everybody treats music like a straight up whore, and they're out to get paid, get laid. I'm out for attention. Fuck all that, you know. It's always about therapy, love, you know, the peace it brought you, the way music was supposed to be.
Right.
And then when everybody started getting their little grimy hands on a home setup, that's when the downfall began. Because when the new millennium came in, it was like a shitstorm. Yeah.
Well, I agree. I mean, that's when some of the worst music started.
Everybody.
I was just like, what is going on with rap, man? Because I used to. Now it's to the point. I'm actually embarrassed to admit that I like rap music. I'm serious. There's certain people that I will not talk about. And even, you know, Jerkman knows here. Like, if we have somebody in, he fucks with me all the time. Because we do play, I still have my my Zero Tolerance album and stuff up on CD Baby. So when we play those commercials, you know, the one commercial promoting my album, you know, he'll fuck around and he'll be like, you know who that is? That's Be Sick. And I'm just like, don't fucking tell him.
That's fucking dope, though. No wonder you fell off, though, man, because, like, you know, you had, like, a lot of embarrassment, I feel you, because I'm sometimes embarrassed when people introduce me as a rapper, and I'm like, no, it's further than that. Just call me a vocalist, or if you want to call me a rapper, I'm not going to, like, stab you in the face for it or anything.
Right, but at the same time, you're just like, oh, dude,
like, you sell me short.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's like when people call me a DJ now. You know, I'm really not a DJ. I'm a talk show host. You know?
They just try to give you these little cheap labels that don't really describe you.
No, yeah. Well, just something easy to slap on you, you know,
That's
real
crazy.
quick. But yeah, that was the whole thing, man, with the whole Vegas music scene, and I know you've seen a lot of it now.
Oh, of course.
And it really has nothing to do with ethnicity. You know, a lot of people will put it on that, of course. Oh, because you're a white guy. I know that was the big thing when I was doing music.
I was like, really? You want to get stupid about it, dude? I'm like, I'm part black as well. You know? Because, like, I'm three things, you know. I'm Sicilian.
Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm black, Sicilian, and, you know, I'm white as well. So I'm fucking rainbow shit, you know?
Right.
And I never cared, you know, about shit because, I mean, I've never been about racial standards. It's really about what the hell talent you possess.
And I don't really believe that everybody else is either. Yeah. I think it's just like you were saying outside. It's political.
It's too political. It's like corrupted.
Yeah.
So I'm not about it anymore. It's just like it's an occasional thing. I'll still have fun. It's too much fun to give up completely.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to have some kind of outlet. You know?
It's just it's a therapy thing. It's like, you know, the shows are live therapy. So
right.
I never go half-stepping when I make a song. When I do a performance, I never half-step, dude. I bring my whole heart to the table.
Well, that's it. You give them what they want.
Yeah, you know, and I do it for me first. This album was kind of like my album, you know, because I used to always put me and the fans right at the neck and neck level. Then I'm like, you know what? After a lot of betrayal, a lot of fickle shit, a lot of politics and just nonsense, it's just like I kind of like said, you know what? Fuck what everybody expects. Fuck what everybody wants. I'm going to just do it for me this time. If you like it, I think you will. Because, you know, I really delved into my comedic side. And, you know, I brought a lot more humor. Because everybody would mention it every now and again. And like, why don't you do more funny shit? You know, you're a pretty funny-ass dude. And I was like, oh, because, you know, I got a profound message. And I'm not trying to be like that. I want to be the, you know, like Bone Thugs standards. You know, always serious, never do sex songs.
Right.
And I was like, dude, what the fuck do I care anymore? I'm just going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, see, that's how I got, too, because I even had a friend tell me, you know, because for me for a while, all I did was bitch rhymes. And he was like, dude, why don't you talk about other things? And why don't you? And I was just like, nah. He was like, you say some funny shit. And so that got me to branch out a little bit and start doing intros. And
you killed me when I heard that shit. All the way through, you'd crack me up. When you put that fucking dude in check who came up to you. Like, hey, man.
Hey, bro, dude.
Yeah. That was funny.
Well, you know, see that, and I wanted to make him a reoccurring character.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of the people I was dealing with when I was at UNLV.
You're talking about me. That's really fucked up, bro.
Bro, you know, yeah, it's, and that's like the Friday type guy, and that's who I was dealing with.
It's just a lot of bullshitters. I've had too many people just lie to me straight to my face.
Well, then you got the other type, the ghetto motherfucker. You know, I didn't even delve into him. Yeah. You know, hey, dog, you know what I'm saying, dog? I can blow you up, dog. You know, just,
it's like, fall back, dude. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really all talk.
Well, that or you run into like, how many times do you run across an old-ass promoter who has no fucking clue of what you do? You know, usually it's an old black guy who likes, you know, like he might know the, you know, the Bar K's or something like that, or, you know, some of the older groups. And then he looks at Vect and he's just like, white guy trying to do rap. Okay.
It's like, okay, that's where you fucked up. Then when they say that, because, you know, I'm like, you don't even know my whole ethnicity background.
Right.
2, like it fucking even matters. 3, where the hell, a lot of blacks have dreads. There's a sign. So it was always funny to me. I'm like, if you're going to stereotype, I could totally twist it around your neck.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and there was a lot of that. But, you know, just even like you were saying with the Vegas, like people are always scared to do tracks. Like, I'm sure you hit some people up to do tracks.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been humble, dude. No matter how much assholes have lied to me, no matter how many people have stabbed me in the back, I've always remained humble because... You know, ego is really a poisonous thing to have when you're doing any type of entertainment. I think that's fucked.
Absolutely.
It's completely upside down and messed up.
Man, that's...
It's so crazy, though.
Funny.
Really processing this shit.
Yeah, me too. It's still like, oh, okay, I'm trying to continue on with the interview, but...
No, it's stuck, dude. It's like nuts.
My
now
brain.
You're listening to my shit and you like my shit.
Yeah.
It's just, wow.
Well, it's you never thought, man, you know,
Never.
that you would connect, like... Damn, you mean somebody who raps actually was a fan of my shit?
Yeah.
You know, and that was always my big thing because I always wanted just one local rapper to listen to my shit. You know, the guys from Doomsday, they said they did, but they didn't really quote lines or anything.
Yeah, I knew you listened to Portrait of a Villain because, like, you went through, like, a lot of detail. You were telling me shit that was actually there.
Oh, yeah,
so
trust me. When I got that Sunday night, when you sent me the link, I went and downloaded everything from your SoundCloud and just sat there and just, like, let it play all the way through. No interruptions. If the phone rang, they got sent to voicemail. And,
damn.
You know, that's
the way I wanted people to do it, too. That's like, you know, just I don't care if you smoke or you don't. I mean, you know, if you're a smoker, this is definitely your album.
Oh, yeah.
And I was always like, you know, take a couple L's to the head as you bump this. I was high the whole album as I made it. So, you know, it was perfect that way. So, you know, when people just sit down head to toe thoroughly, I know they're not bullshitting.
Well, that's it. You know, your album was definitely something you got to sit and listen to.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just fuck around and clean the house. And, you know, some albums you can put on and just let play.
Yeah,
like
a second, third, fourth time you're listening to it.
Right.
You know, but your first is the most thorough. That's when you need to put your attention into it the most.
Well, I don't think I would put your shit on even just doing other stuff anyway. Your stuff is just that kind of music where you got to get wrapped up into it, man.
That's
you know?
what's up.
So
yeah,
you can't just be half listening, which I trip out too, man, because you always hear these people having these listening parties.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking in a day and age where nobody listens to shit, you know, how are you going to have a listening party?
Yeah, no one even wants to listen. They just want to talk over it. It's like, I understand if you pause at the end of each song.
Right.
Throw some critique or opinions or some input around and then, you know, continue onward. That's how you should do it, I think.
See, that's why I'm smiling because I know I've been there. Hey, man, put my shit on. Okay. And then they're talking the whole fucking time. And you're like, God damn it.
Did you listen? Like, I don't even understand why the hell we're here. You know, that's what I'd be saying to them. I'm like, if you want to listen, like, on your own time and you just want to bullshit with me, that's fine. But don't tell me you're going to listen when you're not.
Yeah.
You're like traffic, dude. I just get ran over.
Or the worst was taking it to a party.
Oh,
and they put it on, and of course nobody fucking listens, you know, and it's just playing in the background, and then somebody might, you know, offhandedly, oh, this is you? Yeah.
Well, now I want to listen.
Or they'll just say, oh, it's pretty good, you know, without even giving it a listen, you know, and you're just like, you didn't hear a fucking thing that was said.
Dull flattery.
Yeah, and which is worse to me, I think.
Oh, I know, it's lying.
Yeah.
You know, it's straight up. It's bullshit. I mean, like, when I was listening to your shit, man, it was around me all the time. I was, like, you know, going to people's houses, bumping the shit out of it when I slept, had it in my place, you know.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and then, like, you know, when I heard Fake a Hater on Mine, that was, like, the best track of the whole album. And I used to, like, ridiculously listen to that. And I was, like, fucking spitting it in the mirror, you know, with the air microphone type deal, and then I was starting to write rhymes as well. So it's like that's when I really started picking it. I was 2001. That's exactly when it was. It wasn't. I know you probably did it earlier than that.
Oh yeah, way earlier.
But it was 2001 is when I really got into that album. That's when I found it out.
Wow.
It was like the anthem, man. That was like 2001 shit, totally.
Yeah, 99 is when I actually, those tracks were recorded in 97, 96, around that time. So then I got the hard copies made in 99, and you obviously got hooked into it in 2001.
Yeah.
I just, man, I always was out of the mindset of, man, nobody plays my shit, man.
Yeah, I felt the same way 1,000 times over, and then some people actually got me inked on them, and I was like, wow. I guess they do.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's why you never fucking know.
And I just try to put it out there.
Wow. You know what? We should probably jump into a track, though. What's the first one we got over there, Jerkman? Is it Corruption? Hold on. He's pulling up the tracks. Corruption. All right.
Something for everybody to reflect on.
Let's jump into this. This is a good track, man. Talking about what's going on now.
You know, you keep hiding shit from the world, and eventually the world comes to your fucking front door. All you peeps should be ashamed if you had shameless, witless, monetarily enslaved, economically depraved. Money owns all you bitches. The real care is your riches, living like indolent, obese pigs. Death to aberration. Your actions are fascist. Most of the masses kissing each other's asses. Accept the facts, prick. Hypocritical laws are not how to fix problems. Claiming you're intelligent, but yet you cause it. Chemicals called medicine, destroying you inside. But slander marijuana, pop your pills, inhale your lines. Stuck in one dimension in your one-sided life. If you try to kill yourself before, I hope you tried twice. Eyes are closed like nighttime, fuck living a fright life. I'm speaking the profound and voracious like zeitgeist. Time for you robots to update your microchips, or learn a harder way when you smash up the shit. Don't ask me when we will be free. I won't bring false hope in this malfunction world. Burn out corruption, all drones, false dissemination, impending annihilation, universal terrorization, carnage in the nations, mountains of obliquity that we wish would implode. Can't you see the subterfuge right the fuck in front of you? They got you for believing your vote can make a difference. You can't differentiate, none of it differs. With our savage crooked leaders, don't waste a breath on wishing. Government bombs going off, hear the politicking. Richest country in the world that leaves you to suffer or struggle. Even if you got it covered, they'll still find a way to fuck you. I see the face of America and it's broken and busted. Strong enough power as it's choking and crusted. Government telling chosen phones and healthcare and welfare. Cries of madness and mirth for them, but who the hell cares? Commerce is horrifying with all its glorifying. The weak brains of sheep, so they slowly die. Yo, what's whatever if you got faith? But religion's a disease, growing its plague, not safe. Various apostasy, insane autocracy, insane bureaucracy, insane we mock it, we need more democracy. Don't ask me when we will be free. I won't bring false hope in this malfunction world. Burn out corruption, all drones, false dissemination, impending annihilation, universal terrorization, carnage in the nations, mountains of obliquity that we wish would implode. Can't you see the subterfuge right the fuck in front of you? Screams of American dreams, it's a nightmarica, naive to fully believe in the press and media terrorists. Integrity is bled every which way, brainwash the slaves. They rape, buy, and lie the way in minds of those afraid. Look on the back of our dollars, it says Nova Soda Seclora, meaning New Order of the Age or New World Order. If you're sick of disease, better have an armor late to cure it. That's the price you're facing with a medical insurance. The White House flips us all off with a national monument. Feds listening and watching everything. I'm fed up dodging it. A bum has more change than you. I'm sick of you talking it, and it is so obvious they are only broke promises. It's always pick and choose with the demarcation. Vicissitude of empires beyond our nation. The NSA and Federal Reserve are in bed, but it's a three-way cause they're fucking your ass in the head. Don't ask me when we will be free. I won't bring false hope in this malfunction world. Burn out corruption, all drones, false dissemination, impending annihilation. civilization, carnage in the nations, mountains of obliquity that we wish would implode. Can't you see the subterfuge right the fuck in front of you?
I pledge a grievance to the man and the divided face of hypocrisy, and to the injustice for which it stabs one nation under fraud so despicable with disgusting destruction of all.
I just want to get your little pledge of allegiance there at the end, man. You know that you did. That was awesome.
Yeah, a little flip up there.
That was great. I think we should start saying the pledge that way because that's how it really should be said.
You know, because I didn't never like that, man. You know, stand up and cross your heart. You don't have to believe in something if you don't believe in it.
Right, exactly.
You shouldn't be forced to do shit you don't do.
If you're not feeling it, like,
you know, learn first. First off, you know, like I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm like, you know, 7 years old saying this shit.
Right, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and it was incoherent. So I was like, what the I don't want to stand up. I just got up. I went to school. I'm asleep.
I used to be the same way. Oh, let's stand for the pledge. And you're just like, oh,
fuck you. I'm at my desk. I'm not worried about you. I wake up with this ritual every day. My ritual is to eat food and get my stupid ass here.
Yep.
So.
Wow, man. That's funny. Yeah, no, I had the same shit, man. To make you do the flag salute. And
yeah,
like,
man.
Oh,
it's brainwashed. That's all.
Oh, of course.
And all I did was just unbrainwash people. I got your mind more dirty.
Praise our globalist mentality.
Yeah.
Man. So now you were telling me a story of like how when you first started really getting into doing music.
Oh yeah, I was 19, man. I was really fucked up back then. I was like on some borderline insane shit. You know, like when I was really nutty as my teens, in my late teens. I mean. And it was like a real dark year, and I was listening to your shit a lot. You know, I don't remember by month, but it was towards the end, you know, and I was like really, really contemplating on some people and doing some insane ass shit that I don't want to go too far with. But
right.
But it was also the same year, man. I got real serious with music because I started messing with music in like '95. You know, when I was about 12, 13 years old and shit. I didn't take it seriously. It was just an experimental thing. I was more of a listener. I wasn't really an artist back then, but I started playing drums. I started doing guitar, and I sucked on both. I didn't excel. But the one thing I always caught myself doing is just, you know, vocal work. That was always my forte. That was always my really good thing I was accurate at.
What kind of stuff were you doing then? Was it metal?
It was mostly metal, you know, and I did listen to some rap, you know, but, you know, when you're young, you care too much about what people think.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of kept it to myself. You know, I was mostly known for being a metalhead, but I was listening to Bone and Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube. And
those were albums you put your headphones on for, right?
You know, and that's the stuff that I was like, man, fuck everybody. I don't care anymore, you know? So, like 98, 99, I didn't give a damn what anybody thought. So then you fast forward 2 more years at 2001. I'm 19 years old. You know, I'm suicidal as fuck. So super manic depressive, go to sleep for like days and just leave your album on repeat, you know.
Damn.
Yeah. And I was on some twisted shit back then, so I tried to channel it into more written form and just, you know, instead of being about it, just talking about it, you know, going the reverse is what I usually do. And I was like, well, you know, I'd rather just kill people in rhymes. And that's when I was listening to your shit, I was noticing big time, man. You just like treated it like a roast, you know.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, I should definitely do more of that because I've been a fanatical comedy fan my whole life.
Oh yeah.
And that's, you know, I did a lot more of that on Portrait of a Villain. You know, I just really stepped up the ante.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of clowning.
Oh yeah,
crazy shit.
And it was like, you know, that's one thing I can merit you for. So that's when I stepped it up, and then 4 years later, 2005, that's when I put the first 2 albums out. They were only 3 months apart. You know, if you remember the discography line I spit on that song called Despicon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And that's when I was like, you know, that's kind of when I went up and got a little recognition in 2006. That was like my first biggest year when I did that song Crystal.
Actually, I'm going to have to, you know what? I got to get your back catalog now, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously, you got to get mine, I got to get yours.
Yeah, well, you got that disc now, so.
Oh, that's what's on this disc in my pants.
Head to toe, and you got it back and forth. I put the other 2 things on there that could fit, you know, the band and the comic.
Dope shit, man.
Yeah, okay. So you can bang it up.
Nice. Okay. All right, cool. So you'll have a little folder now on my hard drive.
Definitely.
Vect folder.
A bunch of videos, too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Everything.
Cool, man. And so this is, because I'm like, now I want to check out some of your older shit.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Because I did this piece of shit album. It was a total experimental phase. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah.
And you're really your worst critic. And I did this album. God, I can't believe I'm gonna say the name. Don't ever try to find it. It's terrible.
Is it even on this disc?
No.
No. Oh
fuck no. That'd be an abomination to that disc. It was this album called What to Expect, and it was a total crap mixtape. All my albums have been mixtapes. I just don't like to call them that because it really diminishes.
Yeah, it does.
It's like, oh, it's a mixtape. Oh, it's probably crap. I'm like, no, dude, it's an album. I just don't like to use that last name. It's like a first name without a last name type thing.
Right. Although I do like the title, man.
Yeah.
What to Expect. I thought that was pretty dope.
It is. It was pretty cool. I was always big into puns and double entendres, and I was like, well, there was an experimental phase, and it was like 2 winners off that whole piece of shit, dude. It was like such a crap album. I was learning how to rap still. So, the first 2 years it was like awful. But, I loved it so much I just kept at it. And I was like, even if I wanted to put the mic down, I can't because I've been, putting mics to my face since I was 12.
Right.
So, it was just total fun.
That's cool. When you say it was experimental, I mean, was it even hip hop?
It was hip hop, yeah. Predominantly, it was mostly, and a majority of the album was hip hop and hardcore rap and some horrorcore. And then I did like 2 metal tracks. I just found like 2 instrumentals, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to do something with this. So
got me curious now.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a lot of people were like, God, you're so hard on yourself about that album, and I'm like, dude, it was a turd that needed to be flushed. It was terrible.
There's a track on Portrait of a Villain. Something I think the track's called something Villain, or you use some heavy metal drums and guitar.
Oh, Despicon.
Was that Despicon?
It was that discography line I was talking about. It was on the end of side 1. It was the very last song.
Yeah, I guess so, because I thought it was called something Villain.
Yeah. Well, like, elaborate more, and I could probably pick it up.
I'm trying to think. It was right before Corruption, I want to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I still got to look at my own shit.
I want to say it was like track 16 or
I'll read
15?
the whole discography. I mean, not discography. That'd be here all night.
The track listing?
Yeah, I'll read the whole track listing for you because, it'll ring a bell.
Yeah.
It was 24. Let me get down there real fast.
Right to about 15.
Yeah, okay. Let me jump a few
Super
ahead then.
something Villain. The title's dope as fuck.
Let me see. There was Sick With It, which was 14.
Yep.
Despicon 15. Villainous.
Villainous, that's the one.
Yeah, that was the intro to side 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you're rapping over. Did you have somebody play those drums and guitar, or what?
No, it was when I did that. It was the Despicon track was actually over a Dimmu Borg gear instrumental, and like I've done a couple sample instrumentals every now and again. And then when I did the Villainous track, which was the opener for the second side of the album, that was over an Aganoids instrumental. So. But yeah, if those are one of the 2 you're talking about.
Because that was the one where I was like, where did he, because it sounded like you actually had somebody come in and play live.
Yeah.
That's
because people are like, you're in a band? And I'm like, I am the fucking band.
Where do you record where?
It's various, like I've recorded with people, I've recorded alone. It really is about what's convenient, what I was most applicable with at the time. A lot of the time, before I did Vilify, I like to just go get it done somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
But when Vilify came out, that was number 4 in 2009. I did a lot of that myself. That was when I really got more into mixing and engineering it all myself. I did some tracks at other places, but most of that album I did myself.
Yeah, because a lot of, the Portrait of the Villain's very consistent.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like a story, man. Like how Cube, like a lot of Cube albums were that way.
Yeah.
Where it was straight. You didn't just listen to a song and turn it off and go, I like that song. We threw that thing on and you're reading the book, so to speak. So that's how I feel this album. And that's rare, man, for a Vegas artist.
That's what's up, dude. I appreciate that a lot, man, especially coming from you.
Well, you do not see that very often. I love those kind of albums, man.
Theme albums?
Theme albums, yeah, exactly. Where, everything's kind of mixed together. Yeah. And, it's all kind of a story. Although I noticed you had a lot of instrumental tracks on there, too.
Oh, on a Portrait?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, like, some of them would just be sitting on a standstill, and I just left it alone and didn't really want to tamper with it. Like, if you listen to the end of Crimson Tears, you hear this real somber instrumental start up at the end, and I just kind of let it ride out.
Yeah, because you're doing a lot of mixing too.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of blending.
That's pretty cool. It's not like you're scratching stuff in necessarily. But,
Yeah.
You're just bringing it in. And I'm like, wow, man, dude, this is like, it's pretty cool. But me, I love your strength is in your lyrics. I think.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, lyricist hardcore, big time. I've always been about lyrics. If your lyrics suck, I'm not gonna have that much interest. That's why I've picked up on your shit because it was funny and it was real.
Right.
It was like the perfect combo. And lyrics, man, like anybody's music. If your lyrics just suck, I'll think less of your music. I might not think it all the way sucks,
right?
But I just won't like it as much. If your lyrics are just like crap, not fun.
Well, whack lyricists are always tough to listen to.
Fuck those people.
It's like can't dig it.
I can't, man. Like I'd read lyrics every time I even listened to a new song. Like I remember this one song I was hung up on. It was during the fall. And it was by this band called In Dying Arms. And they did this song called, excuse me. It was a song called Second Best, or, no, man, I was like so hung up on it, I can't remember the damn name. Oh, brain fart. It's, let me look for it real fast.
I don't know how that is, man. You have a soundtrack for a certain period of time and like.
It was Blind to the Truth.
Blind to the Truth, huh?
That's the name of the song.
That's funny because I have a track called "Blind to the Facts"
yeah.
on Mr. Zero Tolerance, which you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's sick.
So
be sick. So badass.
Go home and zip all that shit for you, man. That's
mind blowing.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot to listen to. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah.
But dude, that's what was the thing we were on though? Oh, you said so the song that was really big for you for a while.
Oh yeah,
In
yours?
Dying Arms. No.
Okay.
In Dying Arms, yeah.
It was Blind to the Truth, and I was like, damn. When I read, if I can get moved that much off a song to where I repeat the shit, you know what I'm saying? Like with your stuff,
right?
Like when I was like that into it, I will burn it out. I will just burn your shit out. I will repeat the hell. I don't care if anybody's like, shut up, stop playing a damn song. You get a fist in the mouth telling me to stop listening to something that's tight,
Well, you know that it's dope because I've got so much music anyway, so of, different artists and whatever. So my collection's pretty vast. But if there's something that I keep pulling out and listening to every day or sometimes you listen to it twice a day, it's good,
Wear it like clothing.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, man, I'm going to run this shit into the ground.
Yep. And then you memorize the shit out of it.
That's what I noticed, like, with a lot of Juggalo music, though, too. I mean, some of those guys, they're not that good lyrically.
Dude, they're such biters, man. Like, they just don't know how to be any bit original. Like, I'm not saying every single one of them.
No.
But I'm just saying, a majority of them, they're, like, total wannabe psychopathic, and they're just carbon copies.
Yeah. Oh,
lame. Lame as fuck.
What was that?
A song.
Jerkman's over there fucking around with something.
But I came out of the scene, and I'm just kind of like mostly retired at this point, without the money.
Right.
And it was always about therapy because everybody rapes the shit out of music. It's such nonsense nowadays. So I didn't want to be a part of it anymore. And it's always going to be therapy and love and fun.
Right.
And that's it. I don't have to prosper off this.
That's what's funny. So many people think, I had a guy, matter of fact, I had a dude the other day take a shot at me and say, well, you didn't profit off either endeavor that you did or something like that. And I was just like, you know what, dude, it's not about that.
You never intended to.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it's for fun. It's an outlet, really.
I never came into this shit to be an avaricious scumbag. I never tried to get laid, get paid, get attention. It was just, hey, man, I wanted to change lives. This is back, when I was delusional, thinking I could change the world with my music.
Oh, right.
And that's horseshit because this world is too ignorant to embrace something that's real and profound and intellectual and just all the way there for you. It's just, it's not for everybody, and I'm definitely not for everybody. Don't play my shit to your kids.
Well, that's it. That's when you know that somebody doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah. So. I mean, it's a little irresponsible thing to do. I'm flattered if anybody does, but
right.
They're not at the right age. I'm like a rated R version.
Yeah, it's kind of like okay. Well, I remember. You ever heard of a dude named Daniel Jordan?
No.
Okay, I've had him on the show, and he's done some stuff with Esham. I think he was on Real Life Productions for a while, and he was saying something one day. He's like, "Yeah, my mom set it up so I could perform it somebody's birthday party or something. And I'm like, oh, fuck. This is, and that's the thing, too, man. Like, how do your parents take your music?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
They respect it. They don't really listen to it. It's a little too harsh for them.
Okay.
And they're not, that modern with music. They keep it pretty old school. That's kind of how I am nowadays because I don't really listen to a lot of music. And I'm a massive Slipknot fan and have been. I have a tat like right at the end of my wrist.
Oh, shit.
Arm. And I don't even listen to the new one. I'm not that interested.
Right.
I'm so desensitized of new music. I'm just not that interested anymore. But my parents have always been supportive. They're like, no. I'm like, no.
Well, at least they know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, like my sister supports it, my parents support it. That's what's up. But, when it comes to them regularly listening, nah, dude, that's not their thing.
That's funny. Now, I know my dad used to drive around playing my shit, though.
That's tight.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. My mom was listening, like, more heavily because if you listen to the first album, dude, like, it was really mostly gothic hip-hop type shit. It was real, like...
Almost
deep,
abstract, huh?
Real deep.
Oh, okay.
Real deep, like real melodic and real depressings,
Oh,
It was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was the Book of Pain.
Hmm.
So I was like trying to just get as real as I could with that album. That was my first one, Isolated Incidents.
Wow.
So, when I did that, my mom was a little more supportive than, when I kicked it up a few notches and started going more into anti-Christianity stuff, and then she's like, yeah, 'cause my mom's Mormon.
See, my mom never listened to any of my... I mean, she knew what I did, but didn't really... she was supportive, obviously, but just didn't really care. She was like...
Yeah.
She had an album I gave her, but she never even took the shrink wrap off.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Now, my dad, like I said, he drove around playing it, so, I mean, that was...
My dad was always, like... so one-dimensional when he heard my stuff. He's like, you hate the fucking world. It's so bitter. And I'm like, welcome to the realistic views of me, man. So.
Actually, I'll tell you a quick funny story. There was and I know this is really supposed to be your interview, man.
No,
I apologize. But I had a guy, actually, he's now an ex-police officer. But he's my what, uncle-in-law, I guess you would call it. He's my stepmom's brother-in-law. So I don't know what the fuck that would make him.
Just family, I guess.
He's family, yeah. Anyway, he's an ex-police officer, and my stepbrother wanted to use my dad's car for prom. So my dad said, okay, fine, you can use the car. Well, I guess my dad left the album in there, and it was my Hazardous to the Hose album. And he's playing it. Oh, and I'm going to throw out, too, I had this guy on my show, my uncle, whatever he is, Uncle Mark. And I had him on a couple years ago just talking about how it was being a police officer and some of the shit that he ran up against and whatever. But anyway, when my stepbrother was using the car, the tape was in it. And of course, my stepbrother and his date loved it. And they were playing it and whatever. So I guess Uncle Mark wanted to move the car. So he said, hey, give me the keys. I want to go move the car. So he gets in and that tape is playing. It was my album. And he goes nuts. He pulls it out, brings it in and goes, is this what you're listening to? And he puts it under his boot and smashes it.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, man, I was always like, I had a lot of fickle fans and they've turned on me because the thing is, I was always a type of dude who overappreciated his fans as opposed to people who underappreciate their fans.
Actually, that can be a mistake.
It does.
You get too friendly with them.
You don't want to be too friendly, like you just said, because you want to just kind of keep them at fans, and you don't really want to progress. I mean, if you get tight with them on a fan base, that's cool. But then some try to cross the border, and I'm like, no, you're kind of a border jumper. I don't want to do that anymore, Right. And I made too many exceptions, and they're, oh well, now that I know you, I'm not. Well, then you were never down, dude. So fuck you. Really, you're doing me a favor, repudiating me and not listening to me anymore because I don't need fake piece of shit in my mix. It's not about it.
Yeah, I let these kids come over one time, and they tried to steal some shit. Damn. I actually caught them doing it. It was kind of funny because they were looking through my CDs, and all of a sudden, I have a photographic memory, so I know exactly where shit is in my CD case. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, man. Where is this CD? And he was like, oh, I got it over here, man. And I'm like thinking, this motherfucker tried to steal from me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, it's you never want to cross that boundary,
and that's another reason it's like, don't ever mistake me for being like an egotistical dick just because I don't really want to engage a lot of conversation with you.
You got to protect yourself, man.
Yeah, it really is, man, because I'm not trying to indulge every person heavily because sometimes they go into some bullshit and they'll just turn on you.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fickle backstabbers. My support system has always been rather weak, other than real fans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't play like that anymore. And you know, like people who don't give a rat's ass about their fans, and you know, they just have to fuck them over or fuck them or anything else.
Right. So you try to be the other extreme.
Yeah.
But in that, you see, that's the problem too, man. It's like, fuck, you can't be cool to them, but you can't be a dick
Yeah,
to
you
them.
kind of keep it in the medium.
Yeah. Well, even on Facebook, and you probably get this a lot too, which annoys the fuck out of me, to be quite honest, because I think it's the most counterproductive thing you can do on Facebook, is the chatting. You know, like you're on there, and maybe you're trying to, like yesterday, I was, you know, talking here to Jerkman about, you know, sending your tracks over. So you're trying to conduct business, and then some fucker just sends you a random ass message. What's up, Max? You know? And you're just like, oh fuck.
It's
dude,
like,
really?
wait. You will wait. I will deal with you.
Yeah. Well, and you know, it's just so really all they want to do is they just want to, as I call it, beepoo. You know, they just want to talk. You know.
Yeah, it's like, look, I'm sorry you're lonely, man, but there's a million things you could be doing that are more exciting than talking to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not even a big Facebook user. I'm not that active on there. I'm not active in music anymore. When I did Portrait of a Villain, I was kind of like, here's my last grand finale.
Right.
And then, you know, I'm out. And if you've listened to it, you know, head to toe already that I stepped up the humor, and a lot of people were always like, why are you always doing such serious shit?
Right.
And I'm like, you know, I just had a lot of serious things to say. I wanted to change the world back then. But then I said, fuck it. And, you know, and then around that time I was heavily high.
Right.
So I didn't really care. I'm like, I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to goof off. They've always wanted me to be more humorous. Well, here the hell it is.
What was that intro where you went to the wrong address? What was that supposed to be?
Oh, okay. I'd love to elaborate on this one. This was funny. This is you're talking about rat poison.
Rat poison, that's right.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, dude, it's this.
Yeah, it had Murder Man calling me. What it was based on is I had found the wrong address, and I killed the wrong people. You know, so
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I took out the wrong people. You know, the rat poison, that was me. And I got that call, and he's like, yeah, you carried it out. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, wait, did you go here though? And I'm like, fuck, I didn't. You know.
And then he starts laughing at you. He's like,
yeah,
oh, that's classic,
that
man.
was, yeah, you know, he was like, you irrational idiot, you know, and I was like, I'm just going by what you tell. I was like, thanks for the clarification, finally, you know.
Well, but the way you said it, you were like, thanks for the clarification.
Yeah,
you
thanks
know?
for the clarifying, you know.
Yeah.
I can't repeat it verbatim, but yeah.
Right, it was very, you know, you weren't angry or anything or fired up, but
I
you
was
just
like, what the hell, you know, because, you know, shit like that has happened in, you know, gangster shit, dude.
Oh, yeah, you get the wrong address. And
you wipe out the wrong folks. So it was just really fun for me, man. That was like my 7th final sin.
Damn. Well, speaking of humorous tracks, man, I like this track.
Oh, hell no to cell phones.
Hell no to cell phones,
Yeah.
man. Cell phones can be a fucking pain in the ass sometimes.
They can eat a dick.
And we're so dependent on them.
Oh, I hate to be.
That's
you know?
what the bitch is.
And that's the bitter joke is that I have one now.
Oh.
And at the end of the song, you know, you hear me answering it because I was like, oh, look what I look what I conform to.
I like that line in there where you say, not in that particular song, but you said something about, I wish my phone would just jump out the window or something.
Oh, I know. You make it want to grow legs and just jump out the window itself.
Right.
So,
but no, believe me, for the longest time, I was like, I don't want a cell phone. I don't want a cell phone. I'm sticking with the landline. This is what I'm doing. And finally, man, I don't really even know what made me just become so dick-ridative to my cell phone.
It's just one of those things where the hype catches, you know, like a tidal wave. You just get caught up.
Yeah, well, you kind of need it, man.
It is. I mean, you know, I kind of needed it to get here.
Yeah.
So, you know, it sucks. But when you don't need to, stay the hell off them, especially if you're chilling with homies, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. And people are just sitting there texting and fucking
I'm like,
off.
hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, well, you know, and you saw I don't use a smartphone. I still use a flip phone.
Yeah, so, I was like, he's still living in the past a bit. That's cool.
Hey, that's,
you know,
that's what works for me, man. I like
the flip
phone.
You don't need extensive, glammed out shit.
No,
keep it basic.
That's it. I just want to make calls and text. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do.
Here's all I can say is just hell no to cell phones.
Hell no to the fucking cell phone. So here. Yeah, no, I really like this. This track strikes a very
this was fun.
Personal chord with me, I think.
This was fun.
So we're gonna jump into that and tell the cell phone that can blow a nut. That's actually they're necessary evil, unfortunately. So here we go.
Fuck these things, all of them. Don't trust these things, all are damned. Fuck these things, all of them. Don't trust these things, all are damned. I'm cursing these verses, this piece of shit's worthless. I'm about to field goal kick this fucking thing. Curses, they make the simplest things into something so hard it's focused as battery all active like it won't charge. Stop correcting me, you smug ass wipe. Write it down. Won't let me like I'm Fletcher and this is liar, liar now. This endless shit, restrictions like censorship. Fuck the censorship. Send the message, bitch.
Whoa! I want to tell you about the shirt.
Hey, where you at?
You need a boost, Frylock? Because Boost Mobile has the boost you need.
Where you at, dog?
Who's this?
What? Oh, him! Oh, this is the Boost Mobile phone.
Technology is so faulty, it fries and I'm so salty. Free wireless ain't no Wi-Fi. Why the shit do I try? I regret you like marriage. This thing is sure failing. So there's no sense like Sarah Palin crashing, derailing. They keep telling me Vect, get a cell phone. I snap back with my reply, fuck that, hell no. They keep telling me Vect, get a cell phone. I snap back with my reply, fuck that, hell no. I know it's a phone, damn it, but it's pushing me, dog. This explains the nightmares I have about Steve Jobs. Yes, real talk, he chases me, explaining models, and I beg him to please shut up and stop. I'm screaming like Chris Farley, you idiot, you fuck. And your issues, I blame this machine, that's worth $2. Can't even get a connection and pay all this money for this. I was in the middle of a voicemail, stupid thing you start me over, rude bitch. Too much power in technology, it'll turn against us. Any brilliant solutions when they take over, we're then fucked. Fuck a 3, 4, 5S. ABC, down to the XYZs. No, you can't find me running like dog shit or not at all in a different vicinity. So that R stands for retard. Yeah, keep on bullshitting me. Everyone's heads are up, the phone's cunts. Jackass, slaves, chuck it at the wall, give it to my dog from a thrash to hear Maggie. May.
Somebody took my number and called Afghanistan. Afghanistan? I don't know nobody in Afghanistan. I don't know what fucking Afghanistan look like. And even if I did, I would not talk to that Afghan ass for 3 hours.
This son of a bitch blacked out. And yes, it's charged. Funny how they dare call the smartphones. They're total tards. Upgrade you think, but it's more like downgrade. Fragile cheap piece of crap, ain't all that. How fake. They keep telling me Vect, get a cell phone. I snap back with my reply, fuck that, hell no. They keep telling me Vect, get a cell phone. I snap back with my reply, fuck that, hell no. These things fail conclusively, it is nothing new to me. T-Mobile is so local, these lies with Verizon. Dubious scammers in this business, make it so defective. Lies in every commercial, full of shit. Like septics, it's backwards because it won't grant even a simple task. Stop taking all up paying for it, you assholes. Give them back, a feeble product is what they are. These deals are like landmines. I'm done with this idiot nonsense. I'm gonna stick with the landline. Fuck these things, all of them. Don't trust these things, all are damned. Fuck these things, all of them. Don't trust these things, all are damned.
The R stands for retard.
Roaming retard.
Please stop bullshitting me. Yeah, and going to the cell phone store is always, I really don't like it.
Oh, God.
You know, because, especially in my case, I need somebody who knows what the fuck I'm looking for.
It's tedious.
Yeah, it really is.
They just jerk you the fuck around. If you're going to jerk me around, make me come.
That's what I'm saying. There's no coming to this at all.
Just going.
Yeah, pretty much. Go on.
So stupid. I didn't get my first cell phone until 2008.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I stayed on the low. I was off the grid. No one could find me and shit. And I'm like, okay, if I know your instructions and I know there's a payphone around there, we'll make this work.
That's funny. Yeah, see, for me it was, my mom got me a cell phone because she was like, I'm getting you a cell phone because I want to be able to reach you when you're out.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, God. So this was like 98. But you know what? See, the thing was I used to leave it off. all the time.
I just like I do with my ringtone. It's always on vibrate.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, I would leave the thing off, and I will only turn it on when I need it.
Right.
And then of course I might have a voicemail or 2 or 3 or 4
or 15.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd always do that. People are always like, "Why don't you turn your phone on?" I'm like, "Cause I don't want to run the battery down." And remember back then, batteries were so shitty. You know, I mean, you could use the thing for, maybe 8 hours, and then it goes dead on you.
Yeah, it was landlines too. It sucked because like I had this personal back in the dark days, 2001. I had a personal landline. It was like a cell. You couldn't bring it anywhere. But like I remember living out east for like 3 months. I was living in Michigan, and that fucking battery totally toasted out on me, dude. When I was gone, it was like it overheated.
Is that how you guys met? All that because I noticed like you got a few tracks with Rooney Moon. How did that hook up?
Oh, Renee Moon, she was.
It's
yeah, it's okay.
Jaws pronounces it Rooney.
Yeah, Renee. Yeah, Renee. She's dope, man. She's like really, really nice. She's really humble. She's got a beautiful voice.
Yeah, I know. You guys on LOV, what's Love Evil or whatever it's
Evil
called?
Love.
Evil Love, yeah.
Yeah, Evil Love and Slave to Anger. And
right.
I was like, I was totally getting dicked around by these other chicks because I was like, I really want to work with a good female artist. And I had a few in mind, but they just kept playing that bullshit, And I'm like, hey, like, again, man, you're going to jerk me around, make me come.
Right.
So I hollered at somebody who seemed to be a little more humble and real about it and just more inclined musically. So I got at her, and I met her through Murder Man because I always forget the label. I'm sorry, Randall. I always forget the name of your label.
It's a Horror Flick, man.
Yeah, Horror Flick.
Oh,
okay.
Shit. I know that. He's repping it all the time.
Yeah, Randall's a cool guy. Shout out to Randall.
So
I clicked up with Renee, and she was listening to Poverty Storm, and she was like, damn, that's really deep. I love that one. So, we connected. And I was like, well, I got these chicks who are totally backing out on me, and they're not about any real shit. They're not stepping up at all. So I was like, do you want to just take the torch and you want to do this? And they were like, hell, she was like, fuck, bring it. And I was like, well, I got 2 tracks. She's like, even better. Huh. So that was awesome.
Man, good shit.
Yeah.
So that's and that was while you were out in Michigan, you said?
No, this is way, way, way after that. I lived in Michigan back in 2001.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just last year we were tying it all together, and I was like, okay, well, here it is, and here's your parts.
Was this via Facebook? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you guys were just sending tracks to each other, and so she'd put her part over it, send it back to you. That is the one cool thing, man. Now where you can really start working with people, way across the fucking world.
That's what one of the few pros, because there's a lot more cons.
Oh yeah.
But it was one of those always pros, and I always try to never really stamp my price tag on my music, because I was like, dude, it's not about that shit. It never has been. The hard copies, the press copies, is the only thing I really want. And I gave too much of those away, so I made a lot of bad investments in this shit too. And so it's like,
God, yes.
It was like you wear your heart not only on your sleeve. I wore mine in my fucking palm, and it was too much. I was like, damn, I'm just too damn nice, because I was so flattered, and I was like, man, this is such a, I was being praised.
Well, anytime somebody did attempt to show you some love, I know it was like, okay, I'm gonna just hold on to that person.
Then eventually I went, enough.
Fuck you.
Yep.
You're gone.
Enough. I said, you know what? I'm not going to care as much as I used to anymore. I'm just too jaded. I'm too desensitized. But when people put their ink on me to this day, I'm still like, holy shit, that's mind blowing.
That's why you never fucking know.
I know, dude. And every time I felt underestimated.
Yeah, well, and that's it. It's just like, where were you people when you're doing music?
I was heavy in this shit, and it was like my 2 biggest years were like 2006, 2008.
Right.
And it was really ironic because 2008 I was going through a divorce, and I was like completely slummed out and just stuck in all this thick depression, and I was like on the verge of killing myself. And
so it's kind of a shitty year in general.
It was a bittersweet year because I flipped it. I was like, I never really tell anybody this because it's like it's so personal, but it was like 2008. I had a Ruger 9mm in my mouth.
Oh shit!
And it was like I was really ready to clock out. I was so distraught and destroyed, and I was just like, I was actually writing a suicide note, and I stopped myself. I'm not gonna say why, but I really pulled my head out of my ass, and then I just tried to make myself use my pain better. Instead of drag me down, I try to use it to my advantage.
Right.
And I just had a whole burst of motivation, you know, got a pretty decent job and just came out of it, man.
Wow.
So,
that's because, you know, some people, they don't have that little angel on their shoulder or whatever the hell you want to call it, you know, stopping them from
that thing that pulled you out of it.
Yeah, where you're just like, whoa, how you know, those are those things, man. I tell you, it does definitely. I mean, I don't know if I know you have a lot of shit where you rip on religion, but I definitely do believe in a higher power, man.
Yeah.
For stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, you know, like to me, there's a difference between people who have faith in God and Christians. You know, you already know. You know,
man,
like I have nothing against anybody who's got faith. I'm not that type of dude. I won't fuck with you just for having faith. That's messed up. That's not right.
No.
So, but the thing is, you know, if you're pontificating little puke. And, you know, you're closed-minded and you shit on me, man, fuck, I'm going to introduce you to the toilet.
Exactly. So, and you're forcing your shit on me and telling me I'm no good because I don't believe what you believe.
Right.
And, you know, trust me, I've run across plenty of those.
Yeah. So there's nothing I have against people who have faith. You know, like I completely respect you as long as you act accordingly. Because people who have faith, you know, they're generally people who are reserved. They don't judge. They keep it to themselves. They're not in your face. They're not overt. Cramming it. And, you know, those are the people I got love for, man. Like, I got a lot of my friends that have faith, and then you got, you know, some of these asshole pukes I don't talk to anymore, Christians, you know, because the minute they started coming at me sideways, or if I took a real big indulgence of them, I'm just like, dude, I'm so sick of your preachy bullshit.
Yeah, well, see, you know, the problem is, too, you may think they're very cool, and then all of a sudden you see another side of them.
They're underhanders, dude.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, shit. Like, I had a guy that I thought was, like, one of the nicest people, and he seemed like very, you know, hardcore Christian, this, that, whatever. I had him on Facebook, and I guess he didn't like my posts, and he just took me off.
Condemned you.
Yeah, pretty much like, oh, you're the devil.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like the accepting people, you know. It's like I don't purposely try to hurt your feelings. If I do in the process, my bad.
Right.
But, you know, it's like if I respect you, I would never try. No way. I mean, I just recently stopped talking to somebody who was like the worst case ever. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I hung out with you for almost 3 years.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Well, but then it does take a while to see those people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, it was really funny because, you know, she's just really one-dimensional thinker. And we'd smoke all the time. You know, it was like my partner.
So she even blazed with you.
And and I'm like, oh, okay, so you're okay with blazing, but you go to church, but you're cooked beforehand or after.
Get high before I go to church.
Your logic doesn't make sense, you know? So I just thought she was a hypocrite, totally. Backwards on everything she said. I mean, I even had to tell her what a crucifix was one time.
Oh, that's a real hardcore hypocrite.
What a fucking idiot, you know?
Damn, yeah, if you don't know what a crucifix is,
like,
fuck.
You don't know anything about the shit you preach, so it's like, I don't roll with anybody like that, no matter what it's about.
Yeah, because, you know, they're just trying to be something that they're not.
Living in your own shadow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stupid.
But it's, you know, you find that a lot. Well, I guess you can't put an age thing on it. But,
no, definitely not.
You know, at the same time, you do have some older people, though, that are a lot worse.
Yeah.
You know. And
I've been at some youths that were just, like, so hung up on shit, and they just don't understand anything they're saying.
Yeah, they just spew it out. And
yeah.
You're just like, man, are you serious?
No.
Well, I love the thug gangster rapper who all of a sudden is, you know, giving glory to God.
Born again.
Yeah, or something.
Those types.
Well, these are the guys, you know, there's one guy on my Facebook that does that shit. You know, 1 minute it's, you know, fuck these cracker motherfuckers, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
and the next minute it's, oh, glory be to God and my Lord in heaven and my Savior. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Well, if there is a real caring God, you know, which I don't believe in God, but the thing is, if there is, you know, I'm pretty sure it doesn't want you to be a racist shithead.
Right.
You know, I mean, I have a whole different perception. I'm agnostic.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I take in.
But that means you do believe in something, a higher
like,
power.
You know, I don't really believe in it. I think it's kind of preposterous to believe in it. But the thing is, I never rule it out because I don't live in another life. I don't have any conception of death. I'm not dead.
Right.
So I don't know what there is. I don't think there is anything. But 90% of me thinks, yeah, if there is a God, he's fucked up. You know, like there's a real malevolent shithead that you're believing in, and I just don't believe it because it's, you know, it's ridiculous to me. But like I said, I don't shit on anybody who has faith. It's silly to me, but I'm not going to condemn you for it.
Right. You know, like me, I'm agnostic. I do believe in God. You know, but you know, that's my thing. It's a higher power, and actually, if anything, I think God has a sense of humor.
Yeah, you know? I mean, if there is, I mean, probably, dude, because you know, I think if there is a God, I think it's malevolent. You know, so I think there is there is a God, he's really fucking twisted.
He can be.
You know, and I don't know, because and that's another thing they lump me, because, you know, I'm a big supporter of LaVeyan Satanism, and there's a difference between theistic and atheistic. You know, there's traditional devil worship, you know, the reverse Christians, if you want.
Right.
And then you have LaVeyans, who are basically atheists, but, you know, they just take the guidelines of what LaVey provided and they use it for good, you know?
So, in other words, it's living a certain way. It's not praying to a certain...
No, they don't believe in a higher God, or, you know, or you need to worship it or anything.
Or sacrifice cats.
No,
or,
that's traditional devil worship. That's stupid. I don't believe in that. Like... Right. Some of those Satanists are cool, but when they take it that far, I'm like, wow.
Well, they're just as fucking bad.
Yeah, exactly. They're reverse Christians.
Yeah, they really are. There's one guy I got into it with, actually, when I first started doing the show. And he was one of these coattailing dudes who wanted to be a part of it and did an intro for us, or did like a commercial or something. And we didn't like it. And we're like, hey, could you redo it? Well, he took it all out of context, and next thing you know, he's sending his little Satanist fucking minions, you know, to message us. And
that's what I'm saying. It's just like a reversal, and I don't believe in that either. I think that's preposterous nonsense as well. And the third thing I also really respect is Buddhism.
Oh yeah,
you know, because those guys are so strong emotionally. They don't let desire blind them.
Right.
They're so like independent on their own selves. They're like they're truly their own God.
Yeah.
You know, but even though they
do pray to something.
Yeah, they give it to Buddha, and I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with that part, but, you know, I don't worship LaVey either. I'm not on his fucking jock. There's a lot I disagreed with. I read his books, and I'm like, what? You know, and I was like, damn, dude, you know, like 70% of the shit he said, I was like, right on.
Well, that's like anything. Like when you're, you know, people that you know, like you used a clip from Alex Jones, actually, on one of your songs.
Exactly.
And, you know, a lot of what he says, I agree with, you know, to a degree, but at the same time, he's not Jesus.
To a degree.
And I know some people that just hang on every single word that comes out of the...
That's impressionable.
Yeah. Well, it's my brother's that way. Everything the guy says is you know, the Bible, and it's just like, dude, come on, man, start thinking, get your own mind, man, start thinking.
That's
for
what
yourself.
I'm saying. It's like you're so one-sided. How the hell are you gonna learn anything in your whole life if you're gonna like base it off one thing all the time?
Well, it's sad too, because you can find really smart people that do behave in that manner. You know,
so puerile.
Hell yeah.
Juicy fruit. Gonna choose some.
Oh shit! Is there some?
No, actually, just scarfed it, bro.
I'm thinking like, I need some gum.
Oh shit, my bad.
Because I got this taste in my mouth.
I got that one piece left.
Tonguing someone's colon. So, shit. Well, speaking of religion, maybe we should jump into religious bitches.
Yeah, you know, this is definitely for the hypocristians right here.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
This is not for people who have faith. You guys got villain love all day for me, but fuck you religionized bastards.
Here comes the hypocrite that comes to your front door and tells you ain't shit.
Religious bitches must die. They pray to God in the sky, the Holy Spirit and I clash truth and your lies. I cause the pain that you feel. You think your God is so real. Well, now you pray to survive. Religious bitches all die.
You think I give a flying fuck about a dead nun? I put her corpse in the trunk and bump the funk. I pull her body out 10 days in the heat. Her rotting cunt smelling sweet like dead meat. I wanna cut up that Christian incisions, mutilate religion, new visions. Fuck a dead bitch, fuck a dead nun. Fuck the virgin ass Mary, give me head, what? I got this motherfucker locked down. I put my dick in her mouth, throw the holy Bible to the ground. I burn it up now, page by page. She loves my dick, screaming God in vain. I'm kinda fiending for the flavor of a Baptist. Fuck a rat bitch, Christ and Catholic. Say goodbye to the God that you pray to, cause you'll be screaming my name when I rape you.
Religious bitches must die. They pray to God in the sky, the Holy Spirit and I clash truth and your lies. I cause the pain that you feel. You think your God is so real. Well, now you pray to survive. Religious bitches all die.
I hear a knock at
at the door, now it's time for more. A little Baptist, handing out religious forms, talking about the holy message and the word of God. Crucifix around her neck, this bitch is looking hot. So I invited her in to discuss my sins. I told her about the murder rape I committed again. I told her about the bloody guts and mutilated sluts. I told her how I wanted to fuck her religious cunt. She's so pure, virgin white, dressed for Vect. I took a look at her breast, rape in progress. I bashed her motherfucking head against the kitchen floor. I grabbed the bread knife and started cutting her up slow. The first thing to go, her fucking crucifix. I broke it and threw it and still I rammed it in her clit. Then I clenched my hand tightly over her mouth. Religious bitches suck dick, I'm your god now.
Religious bitches must die. They pray to God in the sky. The Holy Spirit and I collapse by truth and your lies. I cause the pain that you feel. You think your God is so real, but now you pray to survive. Religious bitches all die.
Gothic killer, I'm killing nuns for fun. I pack a gun and a knife for some nun love. They say I'm sick, deranged for you to fuck with. I got women afraid to even touch this. Sick like this, yes. Fuck the Holy Bible. Fuck living a holy life. I think I'm suicidal. My mind's tripping, so I'm thinking about this holy bitch. What I got to show her, she'll say, holy shit, listen to this. The nightmare awakens. The beast that's a villain, sex, masturbation. My thoughts of dead nuns, this world has showed me. Your lies divide, religion lost, unholy. Forced to fuck it when I taste your blood. And when I smash your cunt, you can feel the love. Your kind dies tonight. Don't waste a prayer to Jesus like the pile of feces. You're still a Z-sis.
Religious bitches must die. They pray to God in the sky. The Holy Spirit and I collapse by truth and your lies. I cause the pain that you feel. You think your God is so real, but now you pray to survive. Religious bitches all die.
Oh yeah, religious bitches.
Yeah, man. You know, I went like really hard on those type of songs with Vilify and the Archives Volume 2.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess you kind of had to, man.
Yeah, it was mostly a purge thing. You know, I wasn't like real trying to make it solely based on anti-religion. That's one-sided. That's stupid.
But I could tell you were really feeling.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
there's certain tracks on there that I just know were just from the heart, man. That I knew you felt when you did them.
2008, man. It was like, I was really super anti-Christian that year, and then I just started to relax, and I was like, okay, I got it out of me. I'm chill. You know. So
was that done at the time in 2008?
Yeah.
That particular song.
Yep. It was a KGB cover.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
That's the thing. A lot of people were like, "Oh, where'd you fucking come up with that?" And I'm like, "It's not mine."
Huh.
You know, I just did it as a tribute and dedication to him when I did Strictly for the Wicked. I did
wow.
that in 2009. I was out in Michigan. You know.
So you actually performed out of Vegas a little bit. Too.
I've went to Michigan. I've been in Arizona. I went to Colorado a handful of times.
Yeah.
Some other places I can really think of. I did a show in Ohio once. I played a fucking Amish bar.
Oh,
that was
fun.
funny.
How was that?
That was dry. Not a big turnout, but it was fun. You know.
Who finds these shows? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so really you were spending money.
To just lose the money, you know.
Right, to get recognition.
It was gratuitous. Yeah.
Wow, man.
And I made a lot of bad investments, like I said.
That's fucked up. So here it is. You go all the way to Ohio. You think you're going to be playing some pretty decent venue, and it's ASRAM, huh? It's
it was all right, though, because, I mean, at the time, I clicked up with my boy Confusion, and he said, yeah, it's kind of out in the boonies and shit, but there's a video on it on YouTube from when I did a song called Shit Talker.
Oh, okay.
And it's on there from that bar. Yeah.
You know, God, the thing I miss with live performances that I don't get to see is like some of the facial expressions, because I would love to just see how
dude,
you
I was knocking wigs back at that show. They were like, what the fuck? You know, because like you see a dude in corpse paint doing rap that's horrorcore. You're like, whoa.
Especially at a bar.
Yeah, at a bar. And then I also did Ghetto Insanity with Confusion. He was on the song, and we had fun, dude.
Who else played? I mean, who else was playing that night?
Tony Sinister was on there, and then like a handful of people. I don't remember their name.
Oh, okay, but at least there were other people.
Yeah, there was other folks there. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just you walking in going, all right, I'm going to
I'm
grab the
here
mic.
to do a show by myself. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't. Have you ever played any stuff here? I'm sure you have. Here in
yeah,
Vegas?
I mean, not frequently, but I've done a good handful of shows out here.
Did you ever do the Battle of the Bands?
No, oh wow, now you got me on this shit. This one fuckwad, thou who shall not be named, he's not worth it.
Was it Rod?
Well, I'm not gonna name him. Fucking.
I know who he is.
Let him rot in shit.
Really, what did he do? He was always very cool to me.
He fucked me over. This dude. He wanted me to sell tickets, and I threw down $300, as a prepayment.
Wow.
And then he totally screwed me.
Because
I'm still looking for him this day.
He never did that shit when I was, working with him. It was him and his wife, and they were always very good about calling me and saying, "Hey, you want to perform?" And I'd say, "Yeah, sure." But he never made me sell tickets.
Yeah,
that's something new.
It was him and this other dipshit that shall not be named. I like to play the pronoun game.
You sure it's the guy, right?
Oh yeah,
it's the black dude, right?
No. Oh. But then I'm going to go in detail, then I'm going to have to drop the name. Let's just say he's a fucking low-life bastard. And
there's you can tell me off the air. How about that?
There's still some people in this shit. I want to crack their heads open. I mean, not so much because, that I have to settle the score. It's because you wronged me.
Yeah, I understand.
It's like, I guess it is score settling in one way, but it ain't in the other because I'm not, pissed about it. I'm just like, I got to get closure on you.
Right.
So...
yeah, that's
whatever.
Really, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It's all right. That's another reason I'm not in it anymore because it's too political.
I never had those issues with those people, man. If it's the same people I'm thinking,
doubtful.
It may not be. Maybe it's somebody new.
Yeah.
But because you got to remember, this was late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it was a different time.
And but it was hilarious, man, because I'd be the only rap dude there, and the rest of these guys.
Yeah, man, you were like one of the few motherfuckers doing it, especially because you're Caucasian.
Oh, that too. Well, fuck, I'm Caucasian. I'm blind. I'm from Vegas. I'm, all these things that were just,
out the box.
And it was hilarious because there would either be they'd be punk rock bands, or the funniest was when I'd go and it would be all these like folk. Like chicks playing guitar. A lot of them sounded like Jewel.
When you get up on there and you just start offending the shit out of everybody.
Oh, that was hilarious. I'd take my cane out and put it in my zipper and then just...
That's funny shit.
Wave it around.
I would have loved to see a B6 show back in the day.
Fuck, I wonder if somebody got any video footage because that was... yeah, it was pretty crazy, man. I used to do Legends Lounge. That was the spot.
Yeah.
And they'd always do the Battle of the Bands, but they started liking me.
Yeah.
Even the rocker guys were loving it. And
dude, you couldn't not listen to it. It was just too good. It was so different, It's
just funny though because like I said, you'd go into these weird fucked up bar scenarios where I don't think the people that were there were necessarily there to watch shows. So they don't really give a fuck about what you're doing there.
Then you start saying shit. Turn their fucking attention around.
Yeah, and all of a sudden they're just like, what?
Yeah, that's all they can say. Just a big-ass question mark like Mario Brothers above their head.
Did you? I'm just wondering if you had similar experiences like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because my shit's way more edgy and controversial than your shit was.
Oh, yeah.
I offended people way more because, inverted crosses, coarse paint, screaming.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, whoa, black metal in like a rap form.
Well, that too, and I'm sure people weren't ready for that at the time, because it was still relatively new,
And I love horrorcore. I mean, hell, I still got it, it's tatted on my arm. I still love the genre. I just don't respect it like I used to because a lot of people, like I said, have fucked music up.
Oh, yeah, it's so saturated now.
Oh,
everybody's
God.
a horrorcore artist, and you're just like, oh, great.
Like, it's played to death, dude. It's like, it's ruined now because, so many idiots are filled with avarice. They come in to scam. They come in to just to deceive,
Right.
And I respect a good handful of artists still to this day, but I don't listen as much as I used to.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. Or even some of the artists you did like, they kind of slipped off a little bit,
And it's like I'll always be a fan of when I said I was a fan.
Right.
But it doesn't mean I'm going to be a fan for life. If I don't like your new shit, you obviously aren't for me.
And that's the thing. There's a lot of people that have done a lot of new shit since... that you're just like, man, the guy's had like 30 albums since then, but I don't like any of them, so fuck it.
Exactly. Like I said, man, it's not so much that I'm against listening to new Slipknot. I just don't really care.
Right.
Right. I mean, if I hear it, I'll hear it. Whenever.
Well, the other thing we were talking about off the air is like how you were saying there were only a few groups at the time, here in Vegas that you knew of, and you probably could count them on, one hand or whatever. Now there's a shitload of them, and it's just like, whoa. I wouldn't listen to any of these fucking.
I don't even care. It's like, even if they're good, I just don't really care to, because like they say don't limit yourself. Fuck that, dude. I'm gonna limit myself. I don't, you know.
If I don't like it, I'm not buying it. I'm not supporting it.
I'm just like, dude, I listen to too much music. I listen to a ton of different types of music.
Right. And so, just from just because they're from Vegas doesn't mean I'm gonna love their nuts.
What, you get a merit, big deal.
Like, oh, dude, you. But then it's funny because I'll speak to other people that will say, oh, this person was great, or they're really cool, and you're like, really, they're a fuckhead.
Yeah, like I listen to some talent out here, and I definitely keep it at that. Because, it's like I'm just not that interested in new music. It doesn't mean you have to take it personal. I'm just not that interested in new music.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be curious, just to check it out.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
once I have, it's
you catch me at the right time, right moment, sure,
And you better be saying some good shit.
Yeah, dude, because I've heard, a lot of different stuff, and you better top it. You really want me to be a fanatical person of it.
I mean, there's a handful of a few that are still pretty good.
Yeah.
From out of here, but there's some other people I'm just like, okay, that's not grabbing me. That's not grabbing me.
It's not, dude.
So, man, it's just one of those weird fucking things. Well, you know what? I think the theme song for tonight, because obviously I learned who's listening.
Yep.
And you learned who's listening.
And I did too, yes.
So I think, man, we should jump into that.
Yeah.
What do you think, man?
Let's fire it off.
Who's listening?
Keep losing myself, but I find myself trying, deader inside, but somehow I keep dying. She knows who she is, she keeps me smiling. Warmth she provides, I try but can't hide it. Most of the time I'm froze, I can hardly cry. Let the water rise through my darkened eyes. Most fans come and go, but real infectious posts. Most get too personal, they repudiate it, intensely shows. People live blindly, not wanting me to see life for what it really is. The joke's on them till they're really pissed.
I'm writing shit down, steady rapping on the mic, thinking of people listening or telling me that they might. Working on composure to get exposure, walk off with the night. When I'm on the track, I open up and aim at the light. You think that's right? Hell no, what is wrong? See, we don't know right from wrong, that's why this world is gone. A lot of citizens don't have a place to call home. That's why I'm staying strong, so I can do it on my own. Peep it out, take a listen, do whatever makes you happy. You're the reason why I'm still standing in this game rapping.
Do a lot of hearing, but are you really listening? But are you listening or just blindly diss it? This is what it is, and this is what it isn't. Who's listening? Who's listening? You ain't listening, admit it, then I forget it and read it. Move on with it, man, I'm not naive, I see through your pretenses. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. It proves I ain't with it, true time to get it. I'm on the edge of insanity, I don't know how to hold it. People are good salesmen, I don't buy their bullshit. Stay high as a kite, nah man, hella higher. Call me your highness, aka sire. Call me Dillinger, cause I do it diligently. My mind's a bad neighborhood, always a killing in me. People with their faith pretending better days in every way. Like a shitty movie, fuck off and let it fade. You think I'm lying? Ask my friend Polly is in polygraph. Ignorance is bliss whenever the folly crash. They got my eyes rolling like a pair of dice. I guess I specialize in a nightmarish life.
I'm peeping out these other artists, just seeing what's up. 100 plays on a shitty track, you fucking suck. Rolling with these teenagers and fake bitches, they take stitches just for a fucking nut up in their butt. Why you hound dogging other rappers, man? You been bandwagon riding ever since your bitch ass began. Who's listening to my music, and that's the real question. Real fucking fans, my talent is a blessing. You can hear in every song my flows are progressive. I'm steady on my grind while you other rappers stressing. Take a damn seat so you can learn a fucking lesson. When I'm ripping up the beat, you know it's me, ain't no second guessing. Critics always say you gotta get put on to get known. Well, fuck that shit, I can do it all alone. If you stepping on my path, then get ready for the chrome. If you ain't gon' listen, pop to your dome.
Do a lot of hearing, but are you really listening? But are you listening and just blindly diss it? This is what it is, and this is what it isn't. Who's listening? Who's listening? Corruption strangles the masses, mass strangulation. These actors play the parts of where you never think they fake it. I'm a living form or dead in many ways like a candle. Abnormality in great amounts, I'm supernatural. Hear and talk of all stupid shit, something crazy. Drinking like the Trailer Park Boys, Mr. Leahy. I don't care about the impressive, because these songs are therapy sessions.
He said therapy sessions, we in a session of therapy. You can play my shit 24/7, you know it's free. With the words I speak, you know it's not blasphemy. Blasting the heat on the track, making shit melt like wax. You know you whack, putting out a track that's weaker than crack. How you gonna give me something, try to take it back? You can suck a dick through a motherfucking glory hole. That's the only reason why faggots think you glory though.
Yeah, shout out to Scott.
Ah, yeah.
We're just talking about Psycho from Insane Poetry.
Yeah,
shout out
man,
to my dude.
Because I've actually, I've had him on the show.
That's sick.
And that's a long outro there. But, yeah, no, he's been on the show several times. He was actually here in Vegas in 2008.
Yeah, that's when actually, it was 2010 I last seen him.
Oh, okay.
And he was just, he did a show out here with Donnie Menace and some other acts.
Yeah, he's done a lot with Donnie. Oh, that's right. He was back here in 2012, too, because I had him on again.
Yeah.
Him and another guy. Actually, a dude from, he used to be with this group called Dangerous Ass Lunatics. And if you listen to it, it's off the first Insane Poetry album, the Grim Reality album. It's, what's that track called? God damn, he had Chaotic Minds Corrupt on it. Shakespeare the One Man Riot.
That's when he was heavy, like he was doing a lot of shit with Pope still.
Yeah, well actually it was right before Pope. It was that 92, the one that came out on Nasty Mix. And fuck, what is that track called? That's gonna piss me off now. Yeah, Jesus. Anyway, it's a posse cut. It's the last song on the first side. And so I had him and that other guy. Actually, it was Shakespeare that he was here with. Shakespeare, the One Man Riot. And well, he doesn't go by that anymore now. He actually, he actually was with a group called California for a little bit. And so they, so we were laughing about that too because I was like, "Fuck, I bought that album, dude."
Yeah.
So, but no, Psycho is always shout out to Psycho, man. He's been always been very cool to me. And when he was here in 2008, I told him I wanted to do a song with him. And I always could envision him over Robotech. You ever watch the show Robotech? Probably not.
No, I never heard of it.
It was a cartoon that I grew up watching, which actually had some very adult concepts in it now.
Nice. Adult Swim type shit.
Well, not really like that, though, man. It was almost geared towards kids, but it was Japanese. So.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be like some dark animation.
No, not really.
Okay.
But there were still adult concepts in the shit. Like,
nice.
There was incest and there was fucking.
You didn't know what to make of it.
Well, yeah. At the time, I was like 10 when I'm watching. So I don't, I'm not getting any of this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't until I was older, and I'm watching it again. I like bought them off Amazon or whatever, eBay or one of those things. And I'm going, holy shit, there's some very adult concepts in this show, man.
Yeah.
Alcoholism and, at one point, suicide bombing.
Nice. Jihad.
Oh, yeah, it was totally jihad before jihad.
I met him several occasions, and it was nuts because the first time I heard of Psycho was back when he did that song Manic Depressive. I mean, not around the time I met him, but the first time I heard of him.
Just the hearing of him.
Yeah. Like, because I knew he was like, a pioneer of horrorcore.
Oh, God, yeah.
And he slept on, and I didn't fucking sleep on him. But he came out here. It was 2010, and he did a show with Donnie, and then I met him up a few times. And when we did Gorefest the 2 years, 2008 and 2009, I went up in Denver and, totally chilled with him, and he was always real down to earth, man. He knew who I was, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
See, there's that other shit. Yeah. You never know who's listening.
I know, man. It was nuts. But when it comes to old school horrorcore, the first thing I ever listened to, like the first thing I ever knew that was horrorcore, was the Tales from the Hood soundtrack.
Oh, that's funny because that wasn't even really horrorcore.
Yeah, oh, it definitely was, man. You got like
the movie was.
Yeah, the movie, but the soundtrack had like a whole bunch of shit, like Enemy, and I forget the other guy that was on it, and Talking to Myself, Mr. Crazy K, where you been? 'Cause I've been looking for your crazy ass just to put these slugs in.
There was
Spice One was on there.
See, I was gonna say Spice One had a track that was pretty hard.
Born to Die. I did a cover of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was on the Archives Volume 2. That was the 5th album.
I know Scarface and the Face Mob had a track.
Face Mob in the house. Yeah, that was the shit.
Yeah, I guess there was a little bit of...
Oh, dude, it was a total horrorcore album.
But then again, they had other tracks on there, like South Central Cartel had a song called
they had,
6 Steps from a Grave or some shit like that.
They had like
10 Seconds from a Grave.
3-4 different hip-hop or R&B acts, if you want to say that, but it was predominantly a horrorcore album, big time.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was sick. It was like, wow. And then, that the other pushes came along. I started listening to old school ICP, and then I heard of Brother Lynch, and then, Esham, and And I was just like, wow, this is what this shit is, dude.
Yeah.
That's when it was most raw.
Well, and that's it. That was real when horrorcore was good.
Yeah.
You know, now everybody has kind of
swinging,
commercialized it, and you know, everybody's horrorcore that and horrorcore that, and you're just like, oh.
I'm like, it's cool, but dude, like they make it so cheesy.
Yeah.
You know, like I think if you're gonna do horrorcore, it should be done a certain way. Don't make it like whack as fuck. When ICP started doing shit, and then like 2002 when they dropped the Wraith.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
really. You like that album?
That was abomination.
I was gonna say I'm like I can't believe you like that.
No, God, it was shit.
Yeah,
it only had like 2 good songs, and then you put the Hell's Pit album in like maybe 3 at the most. It was just garbage, dude. The last thing ICP did that was good before they started this plethora of shit was Bizarre. I thought.
See, for me, they lost me. Well, Jekyll Brothers was good.
Yeah,
and then
that was my
that,
favorite Joker's card.
They lost me after that. I was like, I'm not feeling them too good.
They just got really weak, really unoriginal. Ran out of shit to say.
Especially when they
still doing it.
Especially when they're covering that song by Firefox, the '80s song, "Let's Go All the Way."
Yeah, and I'm like, let's go all the way to mainstream.
I'm like, dude, really? You guys?
I guess. You know, I'm like, it's a pretty good cover, but what the hell are you really trying to say? Is it a cover, or are you just trying to say more?
Actually, it's kind of.
I hated that, how they were up and down, like, be underground, don't tell people about us. Oh, but we're on MTV.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and Bill O'Reilly and all kinds of other shit.
Yeah, it was stupid to me. I'm like, you don't know what the hell you're doing anymore, so I wasn't a Juggalo anymore after that.
Yeah, kind of lost.
Yeah, like I'm still down for that old shit, though, the real old school wicked shit, like Riddlebox and Malenko.
Oh, those are great albums.
Yeah, those are tight, you know?
But
their new shit's terrible.
After that, or just then so many of these other groups that were popping out. I'm trying to remember. There's someone.
Trash bin back there. Oh shit! Is there anyone over there?
I think the only one's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But so the thing you sent, it was a picture, and you said there were some shows that you're gonna be doing here.
Oh no, like no, I'm just I'm kind of trying my hand more, you know, comedy, since I've been such a comedy fan my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and like when I did Portrait, you heard more of it.
Right.
I delved more into my humor. And I just been, past year, I've just been kind of writing bits, perfecting my craft.
By the way, you're probably going to hear a Be-Sick Vect collaboration
at
some point.
We were talking about that a minute ago. We need some closure in this bitch.
And I just thought of an intro.
That's going to be funny shit. I want to, definitely, we got to do some humor stuff, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So if we fucks with each other, that's the way we do it.
Comical shit, man.
Yes.
Just something with some clowning that we can do. So, there's, there's a group, not to digress, but they actually we banned them off the show, man. They can't come back.
Oh, wow.
They call themselves ENK. They're from Boulder City. I don't know. Have you ever heard of them?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's all right. You're not missing much.
I'm not missing a lot anyways, because, like, most people just don't focus on anymore. Like, even friends, you know, like, I kind of just indulge people occasionally more so than commonly.
Right. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So.
Well, ENK, if you ever get the chance, just look them up on YouTube. And ENK stands for Every Nigga Killer, supposedly.
Wow.
Yeah, that should.
I could have came up with the name Writing It in Shit. That's better than that.
I told you, man.
That was terrible.
Well, you know, the thing was, their music was so bad, because this is back in the MySpace days, that I was like, you know what? I want to get these fuckers on and find out what they were thinking, you know, when they made this shit. And they knew they made bad music. But the problem was, they really tried too hard to be shocking. And like they were talking about having sex with kids, and you know, and at one point, I guess the straw that broke the camel's back, one of them, this is the old studio that you went to on Jones, and one of them took a thing and wrote and put it on the wall and said, "Sodomize a child until you get tired." And I guess you know, the mayor, next day there was another show that was in that had the mayor coming in. And the mayor was like, "Fuck this!
Yeah.
I'm not going on this radio." You know, so the mayor refused to come on the air because of that.
Wow.
And so
I'll joke around shit all the time. I got a sick sense of humor.
Oh yeah, me too. But
you know, when you mean that shit, dude, you're foul.
Well, that's it. Or the fact you're even writing shit like that on the wall.
That's way fucking.
You know. So Jerkman was like, "Yeah, they are banned from all talk," and I was like, "Well, good. I needed an excuse to ban those fuckers." But anyway, yeah, it's pretty funny, man. If you ever get a chance, not to give them any plug or anything, but Actually, fuck it. Let's give them a plug. That's such horrible shit. If you want your shit to sound bad, that's what you listen to.
Yeah.
So, and if they've tried to prank call into the show a few times, and
What hurt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they put it on their MySpace that they're the first group to ever get banned from All Talk Radio, and they're proud of it.
Like, wow, real good accomplishment. I don't like people who try to purposely get hated.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's such a stalemate, and it's just so reversal because I'm hated just for being me.
Right.
And I never tried to make anybody hate me. I just know that there's going to be haters no matter how good you are, especially if you're doing it as dark and edgy as I always was and profound, because people heard my shit, they're like, it's real, it's dark, it's like, it's fucking crazy to me. And I always said, I'm not really trying to shock anybody, I'm just trying to, deliver with a closed fist.
Yeah.
So, I'm not really trying to rip your head off unless you give me a reason to.
Well, my thing was I was always responding to haters. That's why you heard me insulting so many people.
Yeah, I usually just shunned them.
Well, it was one of those things of, all right, if you piss me off, or you, like you said earlier, if you wrong me, I'm going to talk about you. So that's why I smashed on so many people.
Yeah, I shunned a lot of them, but when it really came down, if you're just that good of a name, you got dropped like, George Bush. I couldn't leave that one alone. I dissed him in fuck it all.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, who didn't diss George Bush?
Right.
Jeez.
And, Hell No to Cell Phones, I dissed Palin.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So.
Wow. Yeah, man. Well, you got to do what you got to do. And my original question. So I thought that thing said something about, that you had a few shows coming up or a few things you were going to do.
No, it was just, you might have misinterpreted, but it was just me just kind of just delving into another form of entertainment because, I'm just working on it. It's not something I have big aspirations for. When I started doing music, I had like huge aspirations, big hopes in this shit. And, after 14 years of doing music, I really got better at my sense of humor. So I'm just, writing more bits and jokes now, just doing more creative writing.
Well, I don't know what it was. It was something you tagged me in. And it was
it was a flyer.
Oh, the flyer.
Yeah,
okay.
for the show.
Because all it said, Jaws just said something, a picture of shows, or it said last shows or something.
One of the last interviews.
Okay, so that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
So this is it. This is like
this
your
is
final,
probably it. Yep.
Final vector. Well, shit, man. I hope you, even if you're not doing music at some point, you come back just to hang out and bullshit with us.
Yeah, next you probably see me, man. I'll probably be hitting up, comedy shows and doing more stand up.
Oh fuck yeah! I know back in the day, that's another thing I used to do, and I used to use my Be Sick moniker at stand up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do as well.
And I used to do that, and there were a lot of open mic things out here.
There's really not that much support for comedy out here.
There used to be. They used to always have. Fuck, I remember Saturday nights were like a big night, man.
Yeah.
They had like the beach did something. Then we'd all go over to fucking. There was a place on Sahara called La Bombardier, and we'd go over there, or Skinny Dugan's. So yeah, those were big at the time. But like everything else, that people try to get going out here.
Yeah.
Why? I wonder why that is, man. Is it the transient nature?
It is really transient because they're really about their money out here, and if you're not selling, they don't support you. And there's a lot of people who are just funny sporadically, and they don't try to really make anything out of it. Me, I've just been preparing bits. I put a lot of them in Portrait of a Villain. And did more skits, and I'm just having fun with it. I'm just gonna see where it goes, just try something different,
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
But what was the? That's the other thing. Did you ever put your stuff on consignment? Like some of the local record stores?
There was this place out here called Hip Hop Site. They fucking robbed me, dude.
That was Warren Peace's spot.
Oh, motherfucker.
That's the same guy dissed it. Ain't the love in return. Now you know why.
Fuck that dude. Because if he's the same dude who robbed me, then fuck you up your ass, man. Like, you took me hard, and I'm going to take you if I see you.
That's funny. Yeah, it was Pizzo and Warren Peace. And actually, see, it's funny because remember I even said Pizzo's still down because he ain't tried to clown. The rest of y'all can eat a dick with your fake underground.
Yeah.
So, actually, because Pizzo was cool to me when I met him, but then I heard later he was once, you realized that Warren wasn't cool with me. Then he, of course, jumped on Warren's dick, and
I guess, man, because like whoever it was that jacked me, they were a duplicitous taint. So
wow.
Yeah, I'm not one to talk about fucking people up, but I ain't forgot about you.
But yeah, there were a bunch of. That's why when you mentioned Cash for Chaos, I was like, oh Oh,
Yeah,
fuck, there's a
that's
blast
still
from
the
the
spot
past.
too, dude. It's still popping over there. It's still the spot.
That's, man, God, cash for motherfucking kids.
Maryland and I want to say Sahara.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, cash
or Flamingo. One of the.
No, I think it is Maryland.
Maryland. I think Maryland and Flamingo.
Oh, is it Flamingo?
I think it is Flamingo.
You might be right, man. I think because it used to be a record city, didn't it?
Shit, I don't even know how it was back then. Like, you know, I know it's been around for a minute. Like, it's been around for at least like a decade and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dope there, man.
But,
they got some sick shit there.
But with the consignment things, there were always people that, you know, I remember one particular situation. I actually had some flyers made, and I, asked them would they put them out on the counter, and they're like, well, no, because we have groups that actually pay for that counter space. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
What the hell?
So here it is. I'm trying to promote the shit that's in your store, but you won't do what it takes to promote it.
I know, man. It's like a double standard in almost everything you approach, because I was at Cast for Chaos, and I was somewhat interested in putting my shit on consignment, but I was like, nah, I'm just going to slang these to rest, because I got dicked over a lot with sales.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people that were supposed to sell merch and, hard copies, like, really bowed out on me, or they had something happen. So I was like, I'm not fucking with this again. I'm not doing that. But shout out to Cast for Chaos, man. They always had my flyers,
There's always that store, man, they did give you love. Like,
yeah.
Odyssey Records was always very good.
Odyssey, damn.
They used to, there's a blast from the past,
right?
But they'd always put your shit on the listening stations. I think they even had a local section.
Yeah,
so
they did.
You gotta love that, man. They did seem to really push the stuff.
Odyssey, man. That's raw Vegas place right there.
Man, that's anyone from Vegas knows Odyssey Records.
Yeah,
man.
dude. I my pops didn't even want me going up there when I was like 13. And shit.
It was fucking hood.
Ghetto as hell. Hell yeah.
People always wanted to clean your windows and all kinds of stuff. Or here's another one, Larry Sight and Sound. Did you ever go?
Oh, that one I don't know.
Okay, they're over on like Martin Luther King and Owens, I think.
Oh, okay.
So they were always real good to me too, man.
That's what's up.
They always seem good.
There's some humility in the world still.
Now the Mix Shop, that's another fucking place. The asshole told me that they didn't sell any of my shit, and come to find out, I went down there with this bodybuilder motherfucker, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, you know what? You did sell some stuff, man.
Trying to embezzle.
Yeah, fucker. He was
Bastards.
So I got the Mix Shop treatment from, or whatever you call the hip hop site treatment from them, from the Mix Shop that you got.
Yeah,
so,
they straight dipped though, because they closed the location down, and just bowed out like with everybody's shit. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who got screwed.
Probably selling it online now.
Oh, dude, like
some shit.
I don't know, but that's fucked up.
Yeah, these little hole in the wall record stores. So,
some are awesome, some are just shit.
So man, we're starting to wind it down here. I think what time is it now? It's 1:15. Okay, yeah, starting to wind down to the end of the hour a little bit, man. And any shouts out?
Yes,
fuck
definitely.
I
want to give shout outs to my buddy Cyanide from LU Cypher. He actually died last year, and I just found out about it last week. What? And LU Cypher was like some of the first horrorcore I started listening to in high school, like around the time I listened to your shit.
Oh wow!
And shout out to TNT from Nodus. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, fuck. He died in December.
Yeah, dude. He died right near my house, dude.
That's crazy.
Right
yeah, Russell and something.
I didn't even know he was here. I'm like, you live here?
Actually,
fuck.
I did know he lived here. As a matter of fact, I tried to get him on for an interview.
Oh man.
And I think somebody told me that he wasn't interested or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I
think
they just did that last album, Fuck Everybody or whatever, and I don't know if they were still together. They were broken up for a long time.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that like TNT was living in Vegas. That shit blew me away, and I'm like, wow. Then I gotta find out you're dead on top of it. What the fuck?
Right.
So,
like, damn.
Yeah, that's cool. Shout out to Heathenist, man. He hella tried to promote this interview. He's been down with me for a long time, like since 2005 or 6.
Oh damn.
Yeah, fucking shout out to Heathenist. He's got some music out, so you can go peep him.
Cool.
Shout out to my pops. It's his birthday.
Oh, shit. Happy birthday.
Yep. So, yeah, man. Villain loved everybody out there listening. I know that ain't many people, but everybody that ever did listen or support the music, I didn't give a fuck about big numbers.
Right.
I always took the stage. There could be 2 people in attendance. I'm going to act like there's 50 or 90.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got to go in there and just act like it's a huge crowd.
Well, you had less to worry about. You didn't even have to look at these motherfuckers.
Well, you know what, though? I could tell
yeah.
by the quietness of the fucking... It's funny because I used to go in there with... Well, like I said, Cruise Control, who did a little backup for me on a few of the songs.
That's tight.
And we'd go perform, and he'd go, dude, there's no one here. And I'm like, so who gives a shit? And he was
Just
like,
have fun.
Yeah, exactly. And he'd be like, but what's the point? And I'm like, dude, we're getting up here, we're making a bunch of noise and making people hate us. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's all there is to it, man. Just if you're not in music for fun, get the fuck out of it.
Yeah, well, like everybody else, man, everybody has that idea that, oh, well, if you're good, then you got to get recognition. That doesn't
Evil
work.
pyramid schemes, let me see who I can dick over. Let me see what I can make of this.
Oh, yeah.
Those people need to fall straight on their face off a cliff.
Yeah, no shit.
So fuck all of you. Last plug I can throw is my links, just Facebook / VectTZ111. That's same thing for Twitter. Same thing for SoundCloud. If you just throw my name up in search, man, a lot of things will pop up. I'm on Reverb Nation, just /Vect. And I guess this is the last bit right here.
You Google Vect from Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We still got like another, it's a couple minutes yet, 5 minutes or so.
I got one more track left or what?
No.
Where is it?
We played all your shit.
Oh, okay, that was it. Okay.
We played them all, man.
That's
everything that I brought at least.
That's what's up.
There's more stuff at home, obviously. So.
Yeah, man. Villain Love, Spread the Infection if it's still going around.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kind of out the game. I do it occasionally.
Right.
You'll still hear from me here and there, maybe.
One of those things, if you want to drop a verse or somebody wants you to perform.
If anything, this guy, definitely.
Wow, man.
This dude was influential on me like a motherfucker when I was young.
That is so funny.
Crazy. And I didn't even know it was him first time I met him. I just placed a voice somewhere in my head. Deep in my cerebellum. I'm like, I heard this voice before.
This is one of those things that when I get out of here, I have to, the processing is not done. So I got to go home and like humble and mull it over a bit and be like, okay, let me think about this. All right, I influenced this fucking guy with my stupid shit.
Yeah, dude. Because it was deep and funny, and that got me.
Wow.
It was like ICP number 2 or some shit. It was funny to me. It was
so
deep
crazy.
as hell.
Yeah, I think when I started giving it up, man, was like 2004, and I got a call from somebody locally, and she wanted me to come and do. It was like an American Idol thing at one of the hotels or something, and they wanted white rappers, and I'm thinking,
what the hell?
I'm like, I know what this is going to be. They're going to make fun of us.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, man. First off, that racist shit, I don't play that.
Well, that's it. And she was like, well, they really want white rappers. And
fuck white. Who cares?
Yeah, the fact that you mentioned my ethnicity,
Yeah, that makes me totally deter from you.
Yeah, well, I had something to do that day anyway, and I told her that. I said, I got this. She's like, well, why don't you cancel? I'm like, I'm not
for you?
Crazy.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, so there was that kind of shit, goofy shit where they were going to make fun of you. Or gong shows. They did a gong show on the Strip one time, and Steve Shore from Cox Cable was there.
They tried to pull me into a lot of shit, too, and I was like, I'm not part of any of this anymore.
Well, my thing was, for a while, there was... Yeah, I know that's the jaded mentality, man. After a while, you're like, fuck this.
Desensitized.
But when you were all happy and loving the world, remember all the dumb shit you did?
Yeah, you were down to do anything. It
didn't matter. I mean,
you had heart.
Somebody would be like, oh, we're going to do a thing in the park. And you're like, oh, right.
You're just bursting with heart and joy and just hope.
Oh, fuck that. I can.
And then, it goes upside down.
Yeah. In that note, we still don't know who's listening. But anyway, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer. And
I'm VectTZ.
Yeah, bitches. And that's the story there.